Welcome back to Jane's Shelf. It's been a while. Okay, not so long. So happy New Year. I hope you guys have been reading. I read 4 books. I'm going to do what I've read in January, February, March. Yeah. So from January to March, I've read 4 books. So let's delve into it. So my first read, I did The Intruder by FREIDA McFadden, and the twists and the turns, the suspense, the suspicion. It's a psychological thriller, and it was about a girl who had a dysfunctional family or a mother. She got bullied in school because of how she looked or how she was, and for some reason she connected with her bully. She stood up for herself and they connected. Their paths crossed, they did some shit together, and something happened and they grew apart for a long time. And somehow in the future something just happens. You know what, you know that thing Frida does, that at the end of the book you start questioning shit like, oh, for some reasons this particular book made me so pissed. I don't know why. It just this very weird feeling that I had, and I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm done with Freida McFadden, like, for a very long time. I'm done. But I can remember I said I was done last year. Yeah, I've been last 2 years, and I still went back to her book. So I don't know. There's just something going on. This one was so weird. Yeah, but I recommend you should read it. I'm not going to suffer this alone. The second book that I read The Marriage Monitoring Aunties Association by AWONUBI. Yeah, I know that the title of the book is funny and it's very relatable, but at the same time it's a very good read. Though along the line I realized that, okay, wait, is this a Christian book? But I haven't tweeted that it will make a good Christian movie if people, like, if they want to do a movie adaptation of the book. Yeah, the book is relatable. It is it's fun to read, and it's still, like, very annoying, how the pressure that women have to get married, and people checking your age and saying, oh, and the stigma of, oh, you're getting close to the no birthing age, you can't have kids at so age. And it even got to a point I was so pissed. Like, this particular lady, I think she just clocked 50, and her mom was still pressuring her, and I'm like, girl, like, she has lived from 20s to 50s. At this point, mama, you should be considering maybe this marriage will not come, or it will come. Like, just chill now. So despite all the pressure, this lady or this woman stuck to her morals and her beliefs and her values in life. She went through a lot. Like, this book touches women, aging, health, love, societal pressure, and all of that. Yeah, it's a good book. I think it's my first read. From third read, I did Kaleidoscope by Danielle. This book was a roller coaster of emotions. Like, I wish I recorded this thing immediately I read this book. It would have felt, I think you guys would be able to feel the emotions from the phone. Like, this book, the funny thing, I picked up this book. I read like about 100 pages. This was in February. Yeah, I picked it up. I think, yeah, it was my first read in February, and I left it. I left it after like 3 to 4 weeks. I picked it up again. That day I got back from the gym. I'm like, I had my bath 8, and let me just go back to this book. Bro, I didn't drop it till I finished it that day. I think I slept around 2 a.m. Like, I read the book, and on e-copy, this book is like, I think 950 pages. Yeah. So on Twitter, some of my mutuals, like, if you like Nora Roberts, I see no reason why you haven't read Danielle still. And I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. And I kid you not, I'm going to read more of her books. Like, it's so good. This book will take you to places that you don't even know. Like, yeah, you will question some things. Like, okay, Anyways, I don't know what to say without giving so much out, but this book touches upbringing, families torn apart, loyalty, trust, you know, and people who were brought up in survival, who were brought up in love, how it shapes their future. It's a very, very good book. I beg you, please read this book. You are going to love it. I think so far. I think this is it was so I cried, eh? Please read this book. Final one I read Ritual in Death by Nora Roberts. Yeah, I'm back to my Nora. So this one, a woman was killed in a hotel which happens to be Ruak's hotel, and you know what that means. Eve definitely could solve the case, and Eve and Ruak have different values and principles in life. You know, Ruak backstory. Ruak used to be like a gangster, like a very big criminal who made his money off a lot of scheming and scamming. And yeah, he meets Eve, who is a police officer, who is a detective. So you can imagine that kind of thing. But he's not into that kind of thing anymore. But he still has some principles that Eve does not fuck with. So yeah, so when there are some cases like this, it always brings a strain into their marriage. So yeah, read it to see how they are going to handle this one this time around. I always recommend Nora Roberts. So yeah, enjoy. I've come to the end of Jane's Shelf. I read 4 books, and see you guys soon. Bye.